All right, back.
Yep, I'm back.
Hey, all right.
It looks like
Um,
we're live again. Let me look right here.
yeah, Rick's on. Rick's just came on.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Don't know what just happened.
Yeah.
Rick's is first. If you're not first, you're last.
First on the second round. Sorry about that.
Uh,
I don't know what was going on there, but refreshing maybe will work. I told everybody to come on and check back in a minute or so, so hopefully we'll get everybody back.
you
We're
may
getting.
want to change your microphone for a second too.
Oh, okay. Let me check it. Let me check it.
Yeah. Well, welcome back. We're live again. Don't know what happened. We tried to refresh it and it
All right,
just
back.
wouldn't do it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, back to my
Um,
microphone.
and while you're doing that, I'm going to do this real quick and add extra camera. And there's that camera right there, still
Yeah,
going.
I'm gonna leave mine off for a moment just in case. It's I
All
wouldn't
right.
think that would cause a problem, but
Well, welcome back. We were talking filament and how many rolls I got, which was what 12? No, was it 12 rolls? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 rolls. Three of them were white, but anyway, my cousin turned around and glad you're back on. Thank you, Jim. We are too. We don't know what happened. Never had that happen.
yeah. So mine's still rolling, so we'll have that in the background.
Well, let's see if we can get some more people back online, and
Yep.
we can start on the giveaway. We got 10 minutes before we can do at least two giveaways. I got to get me a piece of paper.
All right.
Um,
And we'll show this is the second giveaway being printed live, and it's almost complete, folks. Only another 10 minutes or so, I think. Right, Philip? Right, 8 o'clock
yeah,
somewhere, or seven
yeah,
o'clock your time.
something like that. It should be done.
Yeah,
Uh,
mine's pretty much the same way. Yeah,
let's
mine's almost done as well. Mine's gonna be done at 8:02 my time, 7:02 your time.
let's go ahead and Bob, brother Bob, how you doing? Herman, how you doing
Ah,
there, sir?
how you doing, Herman? Good to
Welcome,
see you.
sir. Was he on the first
If he
first
was, I
one?
missed him. But welcome to this one and the other one if you
Yes,
made it.
welcome. Let's see. I got the first number written down, and I'll send it in a second. And
I'll look in the private. You can send it to me in the private.
yeah, I'll send it to you in the private. But what we're giving away, one of them is printing right now as we're talking. The other one I've already printed
Yeah,
is
let's look at
this
hold that up. Hold that up there. Yeah,
this
that one's cool.
articulating shark.
I love those colors.
Some cool colors. But this is the giveaway. I cannot ship it overseas. I'm sorry. If you're overseas, I cannot ship it that way. But that's going to be tonight's giveaway. One of them's printing right now, and it's just about finished up. It just needs the
Yeah,
tip of the snout there
yeah.
to
You only
finish
got a
up.
couple more minutes on that one.
Yeah, I was going to look at let's see, device. I got
Did you
7 minutes left on it. But anyway,
did you send me the number yet?
no, going to do
Okay.
that right now.
All right. I'm watching. I'm looking.
So here's for the first giveaway.
All right.
As soon as I
You're doing.
find the chat.
Make sure you're in the private chat.
All right, there's the first number.
I see the first number.
So what we're gonna do is one. I don't have one of those fancy things that Johnny has. I'm fixing to. I not enough time in the day. Um, that's the number. Thanks, Rick. uh, Anyway, so for everybody in the chat, here we go.
Yep. Hold
Go
it.
ahead and guess the number between 1 and 25. 1 and 25. And yours is about done too.
Yep, getting there. All right, yep.
Get,
We're watching the chat between 1 and
watching the
25.
chat.
We got
And
20,
no,
21 watching. I'm watching closely.
warm.
Oh, we got it.
There we go.
We already got
Drone
it.
Okie. Drone Okie
Roanoke,
got it.
you're the winner. Number 11 is the number.
Number 11. Number 11 is the winner.
Yeah.
So let's see. As soon as I figure out where I'm at.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Send me an email at chatuploads@gmail.com and I will with your address and everything, and I'll send it to you. That's not a problem at all. And the other one, I was trying my best to wait for it to print so I can hold it up and pop it off the plate. So, we still got rig. Yes, I know it's rigged. It always is.
Yep. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Mr. Warren Akaracha.
But this one's almost it's almost done printing. It's looking good.
Yeah, that one's looking really good too. Those colors are just amazing. They don't work for everything, but even if you don't think they work, they still are cool to look at. I mean, of course, like I said, some of the stuff I've printed. I mean, while you're looking at that, I don't know what we're doing next. Let's see.
I did print that one too.
Oh yeah, that's your other one. That one you're not giving away.
Yeah, this one I'm giving to somebody else.
Well, let's talk about that filament rabbit hole you were talking about earlier when I think the stream was going down. It is a huge rabbit hole, and that's the only thing I'll warn somebody about, and I warned you about it. It wasn't a warning. It's just, it is what it is. Once you get into getting filament, you get a couple of colors. If you only are going to print one or two things and you have a specific, project and that's all you need it for, that's great. But you get black, white, red, blue, you get the basic primary colors, and that ends up being a dozen different rolls of filament. And I did PLA for the first year, maybe year, no, but I'm sorry, not the first year. Let's go back 11 years. PLA I did for 6 years probably, because there wasn't a whole lot of filaments to be had. The stuff started coming around, ABS and PETG, and I couldn't do, the open bed slingers like the Ender 3 is where I started, the Ender products, Creality. You couldn't print that sort of thing. You could only do PLA. It's basically, that was the only thing you really could print. But once you got to these enclosed printers like this Bamboo Lab that I got, the one Philip has 2.5 years ago, PETG prints just as nice as PLA. Mm-hmm. And I've actually printed on that printer you have, Philip. I told you this. I printed ABS. I printed ASA. ASA is kind of between PETG and ABS. I think I tried a nylon one time, but I can't remember. I've done some, let's go back a little bit. I did some wood filaments. So some wood encrusted filaments in the I don't know if it's PLA that they use as the base, but those work really well. And those are sandable a lot of times. They're like real wood. It's plastic and wood together. But the rabbit hole, let's go back where we started with all this round trip. You're in the rabbit hole. You've already got, would you say, 15-ish? And after me being in it for 11 years, and more than I've more than doubled in the last 3 years since Bamboo came out. I now have 165 rolls of filament. Half of them are open, half of those are probably down to nothing on the rolls, and then the other half, 80 rolls of brand new stuff of PLA, PETG. I do have brand new ASA and ABS stuff, and I'm forgetting about TPU. TPU, I've got a few of those. I dabble in that sometimes, but that's only when somebody needs something. I've done some flexible PLA, which is another type of
That's yeah.
TPU, but it's better in my opinion. The bamboo printer, your bamboo printer, Philip prints the flexible PLA nicely, just like mine. I got P1S upstairs.
I made some clips that go on your sun visor where you can clip your sunglasses on there. Well, the problem is the gap wasn't big enough, so when you go to put it on, it goes and it cracks up. And I said, you know what would work well with this? Flexible PLA.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I said, I'm gonna have to get me some next to do something like this.
Bob has a question. Yeah, Bob has a question. The filaments that we're both using right now, I think, Philip, you're using PLA, and I'm using PLA because this is it's a toy. I mean, if I was giving it to a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 5-year-old, whatever, I might do PETG, and it might hold up better. It probably will hold up better, but PETG or PLA in this instance is probably fine. It could break a lot easier as PLA. It's a much more, PLA is brittle where PETG isn't. PLA will fade in the sun. PETG does not. PLA it has a low melting point or softening point. I forgot the correct term for that, but PETG is much higher. So I always told people when I brought like the skulls that I made, the wireframe skulls, to the events a couple of years ago, the pencil holders. Don't put them on your dash. Don't leave them in the car because they'll probably just bolt in on themselves because of heat in the car. But a PETG product, as long as it's not 160, 180 degrees in the car, I think it would hold up. So, UV doesn't affect the PETG hardly at all. I think it takes years, but PLA will fade in months. Because I've made some things for my wife out in the yard for the gardens, for the flower beds, and they fade quickly, very quickly.
All right. Well, looks
all right,
like
Bob's got another question, and I'll try to answer it if you didn't hear it earlier. How is it multicolored? The filament comes out in either the bicolors or just two, so it's just a half of a round and a half of a round, and they're both bound together, and they come out as one piece of filament from the rolls, and then they go through the hot end, of course. The tricolor is the same thing. It's just 3 pieces of a pie, 3 triangles, and they come out side by side. And then when it prints, so again, back to what I said earlier in the stream, where you got, hold on, Philip, do that again. There we go. When it prints, that's 2. Is that 2 colors or 3 right there, Philip?
I think it's just 2 colors.
Okay, so when it prints, it doesn't mix those. It mixes them, but then the light refracts somehow to make it so that when you spin that object or that 3D printed product around, it changes colors. And here's his coming off the plate. Mine is probably done as well. Mine is finishing up last seconds. Look at that, 1 minute. Philip, we timed this perfectly, and we didn't even coordinate it.
No, we did not. For real, we did not. I mean, because when he came on, he goes, "Guess what I'm printing?" I said, "Guess what I'm printing?" But I'm gonna go ahead and pop her off the plate.
Okay. Let's get that plate. Let me do
there's the head.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and your plate now, Philip is taking it off of a hot plate. There's that's a brim. That's part of a brim of only one part of that print. It just leaves it on there a lot of times because it's such a small piece, but that'll come right off. Now, Philip pulled that off while it was hot, so that the adhesion stuff. Let me put me on the screen real quick. The adhesion stuff that he put on there, this stuff here, even when the plate's warm, it allows it to release as soon as it starts cooling down. It's better when the plate's cooler, but and it'll pop off. And actually, it's kind of funny. If you let the plate cool on its own, if you're sitting there, you'll hear a little bit of popping, a little cracking, and then what it is that plastic's releasing off of the plate. Oh, there you go. So that's pretty cool. Look at the colors on that. That's pretty cool. It's red on that side. Spin it all the way around. A little bit of green or yellow. Look at that blue on the other side. So you got three colors. You got blue, red, and yellow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
kind
pretty cool,
not
right?
well, yeah, kind of greenish yellow.
Okay, it probably
You
passes
know,
between the
it's
colors.
it's like a purple, bluish, yellowish, greenish. It's
How you
all
doing,
different types.
Uncle Bill? How you doing?
Hey, Uncle Bill, what's going on, sir?
You're late to the show.
But
He's
it's
probably just
okay.
getting home. He's probably just getting home. We got the
See,
Quad Mafia crew in here.
we could tie this to a pulley and have it hanging from a pulley. Like
That's
this is what
true.
I call it.
That's what you call it. The
And,
sharks got a
and
hold of it. The sharks got a hold of it before you could get it out of the water.
well, while we're at it, this is the second giveaway. I've got the second number. Let me send it to Brad.
Yep, here we
So
go. Don't
he'll know
start
what we're.
calling out numbers yet, folks. Hold on until I see.
Yeah, don't call out
Don't,
numbers yet.
not yet, not yet. We
All
don't have
right,
the numbers set.
Brad, you should have the number.
All right, let's count it down. 3, 2,
Two,
1.
one.
Start 1 to 25, folks.
Start
1 to
1 to
25.
25.
Start
And
start Rick.
8675309.
That's a
Jenny,
good one, Rick.
Jenny.
I
Who can
remember
I
that.
tell?
All right. All right, 1
Nope,
to
not yet.
25.
Not yet. Dronoki, you can't win again.
Roanoke,
I got
you,
two of them.
well, we got a winner.
Hey,
And guess,
got a
wait a minute,
winner.
wait a
And
minute, wait a minute. And
wait a minute.
he was calling out how cool the colors were and everything earlier.
Yeah,
Guess who won it? Go ahead, say it.
Bob Casey, brother
Bob
Bob.
Casey got it. Number
I got
17.
your address, Bob. I'll be glad to send it to you, sir. I really do. I think you'll appreciate it.
Yeah, Bob's gonna like
So
that.
these are really good. They're really cool looking. Um, although this one's a little bit further back. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I did something wrong. But anyway, I'll figure it out later before I send it to Bob. But man,
Yep. See,
what a great night! What a
so that's
great
what.
night indeed.
There's mine. It's already done. Mine's been done for about 5 minutes now, but the plate drops down and it kind of gets out of view right now. So it's just sitting up there cooling, chilling, literally chilling, and I'll get up there and release it off the plate and take a look at it. Philip and I did the same size too. They had three different sizes on Maker World. A smaller one, 15 centimeters, and a 20, a medium, which we did, and then it was a 35 millimeter one or centimeter one, excuse me, that is 350 millimeters. Our plates are not nowhere near the size for that. So the medium one is the best size for us to do. But that's just one cool thing. I got some, let me make my screen big for a second.
John, I got your email. Everything's good.
My video is horrible tonight for some reason. I'm gonna have to find my webcam, but I did this gator. It's a flexible gator. It's pretty cool. It's a nice bright green. I don't know why this light is doing this to me. And I like gators a lot, so I did another one. Here's one that's got a mouth that opens up, flexible. And then more practical prints, real quick. I printed this yesterday to hold batteries, and the green is green for rechargeable batteries. And I got double A's, triple A's. I didn't create this. I downloaded this model. And then it's the same model, but a different color. I just got regular batteries in this one. I don't have
you didn't print the batteries yourself, did you?
No. Not this time. Maybe next year. But there's a lot of things. I got more practical thing. I won't go big screen, but this right here is a case that I added this little graphic on it. And what it is that there's a whole bunch of different sizes, but I got floss in it. So I take these are like little pocket size, and I throw them in the car, and so I've got floss whenever I need it. What else?
That gives me an idea. That does give me an idea about the BC powders and stuff.
Oh, I'll send you a link.
I'll
send you a link to that one site. They got a whole bunch of different sizes.
Okay, that'd be great.
One more little practical thing. This was pretty cool because I wanted to store some of my Bamboo Lab stuff. It's a toolkit box, and it's no screws involved at all. The hinges just pop on. There's no screws there. but these just open up, and these are printed separately, of course. And then I've got some stuff in it to clean the threads and to remove line hoses and or the what am I trying to think of? The lines that go to the filament go through. Lead screw lube, so you can take this and run some stuff down on lead screws. So that's a nice little kit there. A whole bunch of stuff. I mean, this goes on
Yeah,
and on and on.
once you start printing, you're like, man, I got to print that. Oh man, I got to print that. Oh man, I got to print that. And when this is like this is my fourth chart printed. I gave one away yesterday to my stepson and his wife, which he's a rocket engineer up in Decatur for United Launch Alliance, and he was just very much intrigued to the point where he turns and looks at his wife and goes, "I got to get me one." So, and she goes, "No, we got other things to do right now."
Well, I know that it looks like we've lost some people in the stream. It might be because is anybody else? No, I don't see anybody else live right now. I do still have I still have a P1S, a brand new P1S for sale. Right now, it has about 75 hours on it, which is not that many prints. I haven't printed maybe 10 things since I opened that box, and it's only been up and running since the week that I caught up with you, Philip, which was what, about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So the printer's still brand new. I'm trying to sell that because I have a P2S brand new in the box. I need to get that out and open, but I've been traveling so much. I was sick for the last 2 weeks. I'm just now not coughing as much today as I have been for the last 2 weeks. So I head out to Wichita, Kansas tomorrow morning for 4 days. So I'm thankful I'm feeling better.
Cool deal.
Well, one thing, I don't know what else. What was the next thing you were going to do? I know we've run out of time now.
We've run out of time, really, and I mean, we can start talking a little bit more. Like I said, we're going to. Brad's going to be here as much as he can.
Probably every other week. Yeah.
I'm looking at. I'm doing this every other week, and I'm looking at some guests. And I am reaching. I'm gonna reach out to others, and not only there's some others in the chat I'm gonna reach out to see what, if they want to come on and everything and start discussing 3D printing. I'm finding this very intriguing. There is a lot to this that I was a little bit afraid to do some of this, or not afraid, just kind of like, I don't know. And you've heard, I've heard so many rumors about different things that I didn't know if I really wanted to tackle this or not. But now that I'm tackling it, I'm really just really liking doing this. Yeah. And I'll do this show. Me and Brad will work on this show and everything, work on some things and work hopefully on the bugs.
Yeah, hopefully we have some content that y'all like. I know some of you, like Bob, don't have 3D printers. He's asked a question right there. He doesn't know anything about it, but how much does a spool cost? Now that's a loaded question, meaning it can range anywhere from, if you buy a few at a time together, like a Sunlu filament, PLA or PETG, you can get them for about $10 or $12 a roll when you buy 2-packs, 4-packs on Amazon, or from Sunlu themselves. Bamboo Lab has some good deals. If you buy 16 rolls at once, you can get them at about $10 a roll. But if you're buying onesie twosies, probably looking at $15 to $20 a roll. There are rolls out there with like the rainbow colors or the tricolors, like Philip just did with those 2 pieces there. They could cost more. I don't know how much you paid for them, but those rolls can be 20, 25 bucks a piece, if not more.
Well, and also there's different size rolls, so you got to really watch out what you're doing. And me and Brad discussed this Sunday, because there was some rolls that he was telling me, hey, you want to watch out for this one because it won't fit your
right.
it won't fit. You'll have to do it single, hang it on the side and do it single.
Which is
And
doable, and I've done that
yeah,
before. But if you can only run the single on the Bamboo Lab, P1S, P P2Ss and stuff like that, you can only run the singles on the outside by themselves. You can't run them with the AMS or vice versa. They're separate. So you
and
can only do one color at a time.
you got to watch out for the rolls and from some of these companies, because one of these rolls that I got from a different company, um it I basically had to take off a few layers inside the roll and just throw it away because of the fact that it was rubbing the front. It wasn't enough clearance there on the roll itself to make it rotate in the AMS.
Right,
So
right.
I had to take some of it off.
Well, there's something to be said about that real quick. I know we got to end the show here, but we can talk
Wait a
about more
minute,
of
wait a
this.
minute, wait a minute. Uncle Bill's saying Lloyd isn't going on.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
I don't see Lloyd on. I was wondering. Yeah, I guess he's not. Maybe we'll continue on and talk about a few more things, but we've got a lot of other subjects we can talk about on the upcoming shows. But what I was going to say about what you just mentioned, Philip, with the spool, when it gets down to a very minimal, the spools are so light in the AMS, they start bouncing around and they get hung up. So what happens is they have on Maker World and a whole lot of other different places to get these models, things you can put in the middle of the spool and you just add weight to it. So mine, the one I printed out, I don't have it in front of me. I just put AA batteries in it. It prints out. It's got slots for AA batteries. You put about 6 of them in that or 8. I don't remember what it is, and that's enough weight to keep that spool in the AMS from bouncing. It is very hard once you get down to where you're less than let's say a half an inch from the spool center, then the rolls are very hard to use up.
They
Um,
start getting lighter.
yeah, they're so light, so you have to add some weight to them. What did he say? What did he say? We tried smaller spools in AMS with the adapter. I have not. I want a 3D print, but I don't have. I have a few smaller spools, but everybody's spools are different. The smaller ones, everybody's different size. So to make an adapter, I don't know if there's an adapter out there that will accommodate different size small spools. Let me say that without stuttering. I might print that out. But that's a good point. There are spools adapters out there that you can use inside there. What is this here? We got a new to this, but starting off tonight was very important. Thank you for willing to learn each stream you have. Sure, enjoyed this, Phil and Brad. Well, thank you, Jim. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's the only
That's what
reason we're
we're
doing
here.
this. And Philip and I talked about this. We just want to put out any knowledge we can, our own experiences. Philip's come a long way in such a short period of time. He understands things I probably took a year to understand. But it is the world we live in now, where a lot of people are 3D printing. There's a lot of knowledge out there, a lot of videos. Go to YouTube if you want some more information. I always highly recommend a person by the name of HL Modtech. He is on YouTube and he is really good with Tinkercad, and he does a lot of 3D printing. There's some other folks. There's a lot of people I follow on YouTube, and we'll get into that on some future shows. Some recommendations on that.
And if anybody's got any questions that you can put them in the chat, and we will answer those on some upcoming shows too. And think about what y'all would really like to see on this. And like I said, every show I'm trying my best to do a giveaway where we're either printing it or we've got it printed already. Of course, this shark takes what, 3.5 hours? Was it three and
Mine
a
was
half?
3 hours. Mine was 3 hours and 8 minutes. Yep.
So by the time the prep time and all that stuff, you might as well
Well,
just say 3.5.
here's a good
Uh,
question from Jordan
that's a
Oki.
good question.
P1S combo or P2S combo. Now, it's a matter of money. The P1S is a beautiful machine. I love it. I bought a second one before I sold the first one to Philip. But I was planning on having like a mini print farm, 2 printers, and then I realized I can't have two printers sitting, one idle, whatever. I'm not selling stuff on Etsy or eBay or Facebook or anything. So I figured I'll just sell the older one and at a good price, which Philip, I know it was a pretty good price for that. Then I bought the P1S, but then the P2S came out right when I ordered my P1S. And my P1S came from out of the country, so it took a while. And once it got here and I had sold my P1S to Philip, I went ahead and ordered the P2S with the intention of selling the brand new P1S as well at some point, which it is up for sale. But to answer your question, I know that wasn't the answer. The P1S combo is about, after tax, shipping and everything, is going to probably cost you about $700. The P2S is going to be about 850 to 900, probably closer to 900 after tax and shipping. And it's a better machine. Yes, it is. But you're paying that $200 you're going to pay on top of the P1S. You'll get a bigger screen. It's a color screen. You'll get a little better light inside, a little better camera. Both of those units come with the new AMS Pro 2 or AMS 2 Pro, excuse me, which is one that has built-in heating, so you can built-in drying. And you can do that.
And we'll talk about that. That's something I wanted to talk about too, about, why we were talking about several things for this show. And one of them was basically on the filament, sitting on the mine is sitting basically, let's see, showing stream.
Yeah.
Mine is sitting right now on a rack. I've got few of them covered up.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was going to talk about on the show is, the filaments. We'll go back to me. Let me do this. So what I buy, there's a bunch of people on Amazon that sell these bags. They're vacuum seal bags. They've got a little vacuum seal thing here. They sell them for food. They sell them for everything. But there's specific ones that sell them that you can use for filament, the size of them. So I have a roll here that's already sealed up, and I use a hand vacuum. Now they do make rechargeable ones, and I have that one. It didn't work as good as this hand vacuum for some reason, so I've just been using that. My wife's going to use the other one in the kitchen, I think, on some vacuum sealed some foods. But anyway, it does a good job. This is an open spool that I vacuum sealed and wanted to show what I do with each and every one of our rolls. So I don't have every single roll vacuum sealed because it's upstairs in the house. The humidity up there is only 35%. Inside my AMS, it says it's sometimes down to 20% in that enclosed AMS. So I try the newer rolls until it gets down a ways. I'll keep them in these bags, and they work really well, reusable over and over again. Sometimes you'll get some that these don't work after one or two times, but I mean they're about 80 cents a bag maybe when you buy them in bulk, so it's not too bad. So if you don't have those, Philip, I highly recommend them.
Yeah, I'm keeping some of them wrapped up right now that I'm not going to use yet. Thank you, John Flynn.
Yeah, thank you, John. That, well, John's he's probably an expert at 3D printing by now. I mean, he and Captain Joe, I think Captain Joe was in here. He
was in the first segment of the show.
Captain Joe.
Now we got two segments of a show.
Captain Joe prints like a madman. He's got that printer running all the time. That's something.
I want to talk to him.
We'll get him on the show.
There's so many people I want to get on this show and to talk with, because everybody's got experiences, and I would love to know everybody's experience with this. We're just basically, this is the learning curve. Everything we do in life, including flying drones, is a learning curve.
Yeah, Jim, if you're asking that as a question, yes, it is. That has a built-in dryer. Now, I don't know for sure. I've heard that you can dry while you're printing as long as you have an external power supply going in the back of the AMS 2 Pro. But you can run it without the power supply and just use it as an AMS, and you can dry with it if it's not 3D printing. So I'm not sure if they added the feature to dry and print at the same time. I've heard rumors, yes, they were doing that, but I have not done that yet. And I don't typically dry my filament because it's usually dry in the house. 30% fine, 25%, 30. I've seen it as high as 40, 50%, but that's during the summer when, Richmond, Virginia has a lot of
I was about to
humidity.
say your summertime. Your summertime is really when you're going to have to worry about it.
Right.
Especially in Alabama, we are very humid here. We're most days we're 110% humidity.
All right. Well, so that I didn't see that earlier. Yep, 866 at Best Buy for the P2S. Now, then you got to pay tax, right? So it's going to be over $900. So that's basically, that's probably a good deal if you want the P2S. If you've got that, if you want to spend that, that's a good price. I mean, I recommend the P2S if the money's not an object. The P1S is fine. I don't even need the P2S. The P1S works fine. It prints great. They both are identical machines in their core. Everything's the same. It's just got a bunch of bells and whistles added to the P2S. Like I said, the touchscreen, the lighted area. They changed the color of the cabinet. They also put handles on the base of the cabinet so you can now lift it up from the bottom because the P1S doesn't have any way to lift it up. You kind of manhandle it a little bit, lift it up on its side, and they weigh, I don't know what they weigh, 35 pounds, 40 pounds.
Oh, so they're pretty stout, that's for sure.
Pretty stout. And the P2S, one more advantage is they have now a quick hot end replacement that is just the hot end. You just throw a little lever, a little clip back, and you pull out the hot end and you put another one in and throw a lever back. The P1S requires you to take the little cover off, 2 screws, and this is not a big deal, but the little cover is magnetic and just pops right off. 2 screws and then 2 cables, 2 little connectors to the board, and boom, you've got the whole assembly off.
Plus you got to take the ceramic off, the fan off.
If you're replacing just the hot end, now sometimes those things all come together as one.
Yeah.
And so you can buy them. They're more expensive. It's like $30, $35 for the whole assembly.
Which, that's what I ended up when I had that one mess up on me. For some strange reason, it got all globbed up with what I was doing, and I ended up replacing it. So I went ahead and just bought the whole hot end. To me, that was well worth it.
Yeah.
And they're real easy to put in. I suggest that you get a headlamp. Buy a headlamp. You'll need it to actually see what in the hell you're doing. My printer, I put a lamp on top of it to give it that for the camera and everything. It's bright, but I much rather wear a headlamp where it's right there on it and seeing what's going on with it. But Brad, man, wow.
It's been a great show. It goes by so fast.
It does. It really does. There's a lot of subjects we can cover, and there's so much more we can cover.
I was going to say I could sit here and talk for hours about this and it'll go by like that, but that's because it's probably my favorite hobby as far as, techie hobby, nerdy hobby, if you want to call it that. But yeah, I love it. Let's see. Jim Stroning saying P2S with AMS2 is $10.49 Canadian. I don't know what that is in US, but in dollars. But I don't know is that a good price? It seems a little high, but that might be a good price. Let's see. Canadian 1049. Let's see, 1049 to US. It is in US. That would be $775. No, that is a good price. If
that is makes me want to go to Canada now.
Well, it says $770 US. That is a good price.
I gotta talk my wife into it. Yeah, good luck with that. Because I'm still trying to talk my wife into it, but she says as long as you're happy, I'm happy. And you know, as I turn around, she's going. So
Thank you, Jim, for joining the stream. Thank you all for the kind comments. We'll continue this as long as y'all want to hear it. I mean, even if y'all didn't join, I only want to say this. Philip and I did our own live stream last week, and while I was out of town, and we talked and talked and talked. I mean, I could do this live or not; it doesn't matter.
we talked for about close to 2 hours, and back and forth about different things. I mean, some of it was, a bunch of it was about the 3D printing, but there was some other stuff too that we we talked about.
Well, my point is, I could sit here. We could continue on this for hours if we had it, But let's split it up. Every other week, we'll have more of the same what we just talked about to answer questions in the chat. If you've got any questions, reach out to us directly in Facebook Messenger. I'm at those two things: Facebook or Messenger. Text if you've got our numbers. I'm open, and if I don't catch you right away, I'll try to catch you in the next day or so. I'm usually running around. Like I said, I'll be in Wichita, Kansas tomorrow at this time. So I'll be running around there for a couple of days.
And if y'all got any video that you like to send, if you got some prints and stuff that you like to show off and stuff, you can send them to the shadouploads@gmail.com. And send them there, and I'll check my mail every once in a while on it, and we'll have them on the show and stuff and show off all y'all's work. There's some great 3D printers out there, and I know there is. I mean, Rick's one of them. He gives me a bunch of stuff all the time, mainly between Brad and Rick and Johnny with the ducks. Just all that stuff.
Yeah.
With all those, that really got me into this. It got me really intrigued by it. Wanting to basically do some stuff of my own. And I printed out numbers for our mailbox out there that look professional. I mean, on both sides of the post of the mailbox, black on white.
I need to do the same thing.
It looks great. I mean, matter of fact, stepson, when they pulled into the driveway yesterday, he's like, "Y'all got some new numbers?" And I said, "Yeah, I printed those." And he goes, "Really?" He goes, "Wow." So there's a lot you can do with this. And
I guess yep, there is. We got a lot to talk about in the upcoming shows. I see we're down to like 5 people now. So
yep,
thanks for hanging out, everybody. I know 2 of them are me and you, but
thank y'all.
Jim, good night, Jim. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
In 2 weeks.
Every other week, every other Monday, and about a week before, I'll send out the reminder. So we're going to have a great night. Yes, we are, Jim. You too. Y'all come back and see us. And Brother Bob, good to see you as always. And we'll holler at y'all later on.